XRP volume explodes as traders are making play as big events are happening with the Ripple SEC case. We've also got some election power. That's right. Crypto is going to be big when it comes to this election time. But are the politicians out there too stupid to know what to do when it comes to creating new regs? Starting it off with your comments because yes, you the viewer matters most. Trick starts us off with a little bit of hawk emoji. For those of you that were watching the live stream, you know exactly what we're talking about, as Trick is now named the Hawk.
You Hawk? I said, are you Hawk?
What can I do for you?
I'm the Smasher. I got 1,000 that says I could tear your arm off. You want it? I said, you want it?
Why not?
Yes, the Hawk. And can you name the movie? Bitcoin sitting at 62,006, 31E, 3074. BNB's getting ready to touch 600 again at 592. Sol looking a little bit better here at 155. XRP sitting at 50.36. Look at Litecoin, 81.67. ICP. Any ICP fans in the house sitting at 12.83. All right. DCG did a survey, and this has to do with elections and how strong the elections will be this year. Now, let's be honest with everyone. This isn't just a United States thing. This is going to be the biggest election cycle that the world has ever seen. There are so many viewers from so many different countries out there watching this video, and how many of you are going to have major elections this year? Comment down below and share it so that everyone can see how big this is. But I brought this up because I wanted to show you how popular and how strong crypto is going to be as a topic this year. Crypto as a voting issue could present key opportunities for political candidates. Listen to some of these stats, and then we're going to talk about some of the issues, and then we're going to get into Ripple SEC, XRP price talk. A sizable number of voters, about 40%, wish political candidates talked more about digital currency. So you got a lot of people that want to hear about it. A vast majority of both voters who support crypto and voters who plan to vote in the upcoming elections are closely split in a party lean. So essentially what you got is you got a bunch of people voting out there. Some are Democratic, some are Republican. And what we've seen here in the United States specifically is that the Democrats want nothing to do with crypto. Now, here's some big keys, and I'm sure you can agree with these statements. Most voters do not trust elected officials to understand innovative tech like crypto, and more than half are concerned about policymakers stifling innovation via over-regulation. Okay, I think we can all agree with that. The majority of these players out there have no idea what crypto is. They have no idea how to properly regulate it. So let me ask you a question. How fair is it that government officials out there regulate something that they have no understanding of? It doesn't seem fair, does it? Nearly half of all voters do not trust political candidates who interfere with crypto. 1/4 say that enthusiasm towards crypto would make them trust a political candidate more. 30% would be more likely to support a political candidate that is crypto friendly. So obviously the voters out there, both sides of the aisle as shared by the earlier stat, would like to see some more pro-crypto candidates. Crypto regulation does have support. About 1/4 and 1/3 of crypto positive voters want elected officials to focus on regs. But I remember Danelle Dixon in 2023 saying we were going to get stablecoin regs in 2023. Bitch, we're in spring of 2024 and regs are nowhere near in sight. Now, listen to some of these stats, all right? And then we got the XRP Ripple action. The current financial system garners negative reaction from voters, with the majority agreeing that the system favors elites over regular people. That's 80% of voters think that. 79% thinks that the current financial system lacks transparency. 67% says it's difficult to understand, and that's 63%, yes. Almost 2 out of 3 people out there, Trick is one of them because him and I talk about this, believe that future generations are being set up to fail. This has to do with debt. Conversely, few think that the current system is meant for people like me or fair for all. So basically what we're saying is, look, the current system isn't fair. Maybe crypto can replace it or at least enhance it and work alongside it and make it more fair. Of the voters who have a positive perception of crypto, the majority, 66%, believe it's easier for people to be financially successful with crypto than it is with more traditional financial avenues like the stock market. See, and that's the big key right there. A lot of the government doesn't want to act on crypto because they're afraid it'll ruin the traditional investing in financial systems. And a lot of these political people out there, they get a lot of money from banks and traditional finance. What about Warren, right? Pocahontas. You know big banks are paying that homegirl to say some dumb shit. Oh, and by the way, as always, any article you see in this video will be released in the description below. All right, so you've got that. All right, now let's talk about what happened with Ripple and the SEC. Okay, so the SEC filed its response, but we're also seeing massive amounts of volume pick up with that response. That happened yesterday, by the way. Now, the response is under seal, and we're going to have to wait until tomorrow to see the unredacted version, okay? Because there's a lot of sensitive stuff in there, and Ripple and the SEC both want to keep the sensitive stuff private. The crucial legal battle between Ripple and the SEC is witnessing back-to-back court filings, dragging the industry's interest back to the case. This also helped Ripple's native token XRP to gain some momentum as 24-hour trading volume blasted by 237%. Now, I'll be fair. Over the weekend, volume was piss poor. But 230%, I'm telling you, people are paying attention to this court stuff. In the latest actions, the US SEC filed its remedies reply brief and supporting exhibits under seal, which means it's redacted from the public, unless we can go on the dark web and find unredacted versions. You know I'll be searching. The court filing suggested what could be the timeline ahead of the SEC case after the commission files a reply brief under seal. May 7th, both parties will meet and confer to identify redactions. It'll be sought by each side and third parties. Then the SEC files a public redacted version, and that's probably going to be done on May 8th. After this, we've got even more dates. It will be done under joint proposal. The parties would later need to file public redacted versions of all documents within 14 days. Long story short, this shit is going to go on forever. For XRP long-term stackers out there, guess what? This is going to give you more opportunities to buy. Now, will this allow for some swing momentum moves? It's going to be hard if they keep dragging out this part of the case to get action like that from native news. But to be honest with you, we've seen that BTC can make this action happen. The SEC just delayed their Ethereum word now until July, so we're going to have to wait a little bit for that pump in the market. But right now, this court action is giving XRP holders more time to stack because we know the case with the SEC is fucking wiggity, wiggity whack.
Cause inside out is wiggity, 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 whack.
I got a big run as soon as I'm done with this video, so I'm just hydrating now. But I'll be honest with you. The voters, when it comes to crypto, are definitely going to have some say. But will they have enough say to unseat people like Warren, right? Is there enough crypto voting power to do that? And to be honest with you, the answer is no. It's still just too small. Now, are there crypto lovers on both sides of the aisle, Democratic and Republican? Yes, there are. But the problem is the leaders, right? The leaders that are supposed to vote along with how we feel, right? Because remember, they represent us, right? Their constituents. The leaders out there on the Democratic side want nothing to do with crypto. In fact, Pocahontas herself, Warren, has been calling for bans on crypto. What about her friend Brad the Shermanator? He's been out there saying, too, every time he talks about crypto, it's nefarious activities. Well, my guy, do a lot of nefarious activities and use cash. So are you going to ban cash? But the reality is crypto is a growing thing in the world. But it's not big enough yet to sway this election. We don't have enough oomph in order to unseat those people out there that get voted in by the machine. Now, if you don't understand the machine, you either haven't lived in a state that's extremely democratic. I grew up in the Chicago area. I know how the machine works. But it's going to take a lot more than 20 to 25% of voters being pro-crypto to sway the bullshit that happens in U.S. elections. Now, earlier in the video, I said that elections were happening globally. Now, let me ask you this. Are your elections fair? Do your politicians represent you? Is 20% of the population enough to sway the votes of the scumbags that have been screwing things up for us year after year after year? See, I want to hear from you because this is an election super cycle. In fact, the Hawk Trick, he's going to be known as the Hawk from now on, sent me an article regarding the super cycle of elections, and this year is the biggest we have ever experienced. We could have massive elections in the UK. We know about the elections in the US. And you know what? Is it enough to fix the problems that we're going through right now? No. No. So don't listen to any stupid ass channel out there that tells you, oh, you're gonna get regs this year. They're fucking working on trying to get elected. They want your money. Oh, by the way, they'll take your cash too, even if it's used for nefarious things. They'll take your cash. So 2024, don't expect crypto power to sway elections. Expect it to plant a seed that maybe in the 2026 or 2028 elections, we could see crypto becoming a very strong threat of change. I already told you what I'm doing today. I'm getting ready for a run. I'm hydrating. But what are you doing? Where are you viewing from? And do your politicians represent you accurately when it comes to voting on crypto policy? I'll answer that because the answer is an obvious fuck no, they don't. So, I'm going to go get ready for my run, and you're going to get ready to tell me what you're doing in the comments down below. I'll catch you cool cats later. That was me running.